Ancient Chinese philosophers have imparted timeless wisdom that remains relevant to this day. Here are some motivational quotes, inspired by their teachings, encapsulating life lessons that men may learn later in life. Embrace the power of gentleness. Water can wear away the hardest stone, and a humble heart can influence the world. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Take small, consistent actions towards greatness. Find contentment in simplicity, and be free from the burden of desires. The happiest men are those who require the least. The heart of compassion is the heart of humanity. Show kindness to others, and you will find your own heart at peace. Heaven does not create one man above or below another. It is up to each man to elevate himself through learning and self-cultivation. A man of virtue must also be a man of action. Noble intentions alone do not bring about change. Universal love and impartiality are the foundations of a harmonious world. Treat all with fairness and respect. In war and in life, know thyself and know thy enemy. Only then can you emerge victorious in any endeavor. The mind is the source of all virtue and vice. Cultivate a sincere heart, and your actions will naturally align with righteousness. By 3 methods, we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest. And third, by experience, which is the bitterest. Dare to think for yourself, and trust in your own reason. The path to wisdom begins with self-reliance. True strength lies not in dominance, but in self-control. Master your own impulses, and you shall conquer the world within. Knowledge is the key to liberation. Embrace the pursuit of learning, and you will unlock the doors to endless possibilities. In the realm of morals, treat others as ends in themselves, not mere means. The measure of a man lies in his capacity for empathy and compassion. Success is not solely defined by wealth or power, but by the integrity of one's character. Strive to be a person of moral substance. The greatest battles are fought within oneself. Conquer your own vices and limitations, and you shall rise above the ordinary. Take responsibility for your choices and actions. Only then can you forge your own path and create a life of purpose and fulfillment. Do not fear failure, for it is through adversity that we grow. Embrace challenges as opportunities to become stronger and wiser. True happiness is found in living a life of virtue. Oh, cultivate integrity, honesty, and kindness, and you shall find joy that transcends fleeting pleasures. Never underestimate the power of perseverance. In the face of obstacles, hold fast to your principles and continue to strive for excellence. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. Happiness is the absence of the striving for happiness. The great man is he who does not lose his child's heart. The archer must be completely confident in his skill, and at the same time completely unsure of the outcome. A wise ruler is one who can turn difficulties into advantages. When goodness is lost, it is replaced by morality. The way to develop a well-balanced and integrated personality is to fully express oneself in all areas of life. The mind is the root from which all things grow. If you can understand the mind, everything else is included. Heaven is my father and earth is my mother, and even such a small creature as I finds an intimate place in their midst. Therefore, that which extends throughout the universe I regard as my body, and that which directs the universe I consider as my nature. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. Happiness is the absence of the striving for happiness. The great man is he who does not lose his child's heart. The archer must be completely confident in his skill and at the same time completely unsure of the outcome. A wise ruler is one who can turn difficulties into advantages. When goodness is lost, it is replaced by morality. The way to develop a well-balanced and integrated personality is to fully express oneself in all areas of life. The mind is the root from which all things grow. If you can understand the mind, everything else is included. Heaven is my father and earth is my mother, and even such a small creature as I finds an intimate place in their midst. Therefore, that which extends throughout the universe I regard as my body, and that which directs the universe I consider as my nature. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. The softest things in the world overcome the hardest things in the world. Flow with whatever may happen, and let your mind be free. Stay centered by accepting whatever you are doing. This is the ultimate. Great is the person who has not lost their childlike heart. The person aiming at good practice learns to be a person first, and the person aiming at evil practice learns to be a person later. Wisdom is the foundation of happiness. If you want to bring peace to the world, seek the best in people. The greatest happiness you can have is knowing that you do not necessarily require happiness. To understand everything is to forgive everything. The world is but a grain of rice, and the spiritual is vast. To seek the spiritual while neglecting the world is an imbalance. To tend to the world while neglecting the spiritual is a waste. The superior person understands what is right. The inferior person understands what will sell. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. The mind is everything. What we think, we become. Pity the man who has lost his path and does not follow it, and who has lost his heart and does not know how to recover it. He who requires much from himself and little from others will keep himself from being the object of resentment. The wise ruler does not let the subjects know the difficulties of ruling a state. The enlightened person's heart is large enough to encompass the world. The mature person perceives the difficulty in all things. The foolish person sees the difficulty in everything. When you see what is right, have the courage to do it. Life and death are the same. Success and failure are the same. The more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world and the world at large. To the mind that is still, the whole universe surrenders. The way of heaven is to help without harming. Friendship with oneself is all important, because without it, one cannot be friends with anyone else in the world. The wise person knows that he knows nothing, whereas the fool thinks he knows all. The wise ruler always focuses on the essence, not the form. Governing by force invites resentment. Ruling by virtue encourages support. The person who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. If you cannot find the truth right where you are, where else do you expect to find it? The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every. The wise ruler relies on laws, not on virtue alone. In governing the state, the ruler should use what the people desire. The person who says it cannot be done could not interrupt the person who is doing it.